All right, so the next unique feature to our front end cap that we want to add, let's see, we just added this 14 millimeter hole here. We're going to go ahead and add this hole here. This is a through hole. There's no threads in it, but it does terminate right at this threaded hole. It doesn't go all the way through. So we will have to do uh, do some little advanced techniques here in order to get it to stop right at this point. So let's go back to our part and this time let's go up to Axis. Make sure you're in the 3D model tab and go over to work features and to Axis and select the drop down arrow and go down to through center of circular or elliptical edge. Come over here and select the edge of your threaded hole, and you notice that it will place a work axis right through your threaded hole, right through the center that you can see right here. Now we want to go to plane, and we want to go down to angle to plane around edge. Okay? And you can see that we can select a face of our part. We'll select the front face, and then we can select the edge that we can angle that plane around. So we're going to select this work plane that we just created a second ago. Okay, and so now you can see that I have a plane that I can create, you know, and I can spin it. I can angle it around this edge here. It's considering that this work axis is an edge like this, right? So we want this actually to be, let's make this 0. Okay, so it's going to be parallel to the front face, and then check select. Okay, so now we want to go to our the front of this or the top part of this this flange here and right click on it, start new sketch, and then now we're in sketch mode. As you can see, that sketch is highlighted, ribbon is changed. Let's go over to the draw section, click line, and then start here at the very center. You know you're at the center when this dot turns green. That indicates center. So left click, and we want to go straight up. Make sure that your line is perpendicular to your x-axis, and you can tell it says 90 degrees. And our line is going to be 12.5 millimeters. So I can type in 12.5, hit enter, and then right click and OK to get out of this. Again, like I said, I like my dimensions to be off the part. Then this time we're actually going to go up here to grab a point and place that at the edge of our line. And you know you're at the edge when it turns green. That means you're at the edge. Anywhere in between, it turns yellow, and then when you reach the center, it turns green. And then when you reach the edge again, it turns green. So center and edges, your marker will turn green. So let's get out of this. And you can see here we have you have a point that is that's been placed there right at the edge. Okay? So now we're ready. We're done with sketch mode. So let's go up here and finish sketch. Okay, and we're going to use that point that we placed to mark our hole. So let's go to the hole feature, and it has already placed our hole at that spot. And make sure that this is a drilled hole. Make sure you put the diameter at 4 millimeters. This is going to be a simple hole, right? And the termination, make sure you set that to 2. Okay. So if we set it to through all, obviously you can see it goes all the way through the part. We don't want that to happen. If we have a specific distance, we could try to guess, or we can determine what this distance is, where this hole is at. But the quickest way is to do a 2, and we can just click on where do we want this hole to stop at. And so this hole is going all the way, it's going through this part, and let's select this plane here, and you'll know that you have the plane highlighted because you can see the yellow circles around the work plane, and then work plane will pop up to indicate what you have selected. So left click that, and you can see that now your hole is terminating right at your work plane. If I drag this, it's going to go further, but it's terminating right at this work plane. Click OK. And just to kind of prove to you, if we go around to the back of our part here, you can see that the hole doesn't go all the way through it. Okay? If we go to the front, you can see through the hole, through the threaded, you can see all the way to that hole that we created at the top. See those threaded edges? You can see all the way through to the threaded hole, right? And just kind of, let me go back to our drawing here to kind of give you a view of this this cutaway image. Let's actually, before we do that, let's turn off this. We don't need this work plane anymore. So we can go to work plane and turn off visibility and actually go in and turn off the visibility of the work axis. Right? And then to give you, I will show you as far as like the sketch. Let me do this plane. All right. All right. All right. This is I'm just doing this to show you the cutaway of what our hole looks like. Okay. So you can see that hole that we drew, it terminates right here at the edge here. Okay. Just like that. All right. So I'll finish this, and we don't need this sketch here. And I'll delete this. All right. And then go ahead and save your work. And now we're ready to move on.